One of the philosophies that you are well known for, it's something that you've shared in a number of speeches that you used in your leadership at Siemens, is this idea of the power of being different. Can you talk more about what that is?
Yeah, the business world, most of my career I did in Europe, right? Or in the US. So most of the people here that are in career positions are white men. And so the thing is, like, by definition, being a black woman already puts you out, right? It's like you're one of the only ones and all of that. And I think there's a lot of people that can actually relate to that. So now there's two chances, I would say. Is like, you can speak about it and say, oh, this is so bad, and I always feel so lonely, etc., which is also true to some time. But then I always figured out that this is actually putting me in a position of strength, of like not always being per definition part of a group. And having said that, only because you are white and male, that doesn't mean that you are alike, right? It doesn't mean that you share a lot of common, but at the first look, you would say, okay, they're all the same. But understanding that by having different perspectives, having gone through different things, I actually learned that this is very more powerful. And so that is why in that talk that you're referring to, I said is like, being different actually can bring out a lot of strength that you don't even know that you have. And that was the thing that I most probably had realized already when I was smaller, when I was little, even as a kid. My parents also taught me certain things, but I didn't realize until long in my career that it actually became a very powerful weapon. So to make it more explicit, when you are in an HR function, you're also in the situation, at least I was, where you need to restructure. So you need to lay off people. You need to have, in Europe, you need to lead negotiations with unions about like how many job cuts you do. And that is per se not something where people like you, obviously, who wants to lose a job. But some people take that very, very personal. When then, for example, there is attacks from the employees, or when people are saying is like, they write bad things about you and all of that. I always could make a differentiation. They are writing not about me. They're not writing about Janina, the person. They are writing about my role, and rightly so. It was the CHRO of Siemens that said we have to, cut costs and we have to close certain sites and all of that. And being able to make the differentiation and being able to understand that only because not being part of the larger group that is liked and being maybe let me call it in a weirdo position, being an outsider for that moment, did it matter? Of course, it's not nice, but it did not harm me. And I saw a lot of managers, not only in my own company or my former company, but also somewhere else, that took it very personally. So coming back to when you are different and you very often are the outside of a group, you learn how to cope with that. And suddenly that becomes a strength. Because if there's moments when you have to take certain business decisions and you become an outsider and you become the not liked person, that is not going to kill you.